But Mike Tyson in his prime, in those years from like, what was it, like 86, 87 to 89, 90, whatever those years were, where he was just storming the gates. I put that Mike Tyson up against anybody who ever lived. That guy was a special fighter. The Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier was a
beast.
He was just a juggernaut.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever.
Young.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
What a fighter, absolute ferocious, and what a game man.
I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey, there's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw.
The ref in the early going, Mike gets it with the right hand, and
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
There were an infinite number of boxers in the history of mankind. Some were not good, others were great. There are famous boxers and unknown ones, but Mike Tyson cannot be put in any category. He is the one of the few who left a great legacy behind him. Each fight was historical and he showed the world how boxing is truly supposed to be. Dear friends, today's video is dedicated to 5 fights when Mike Tyson shocked the world of boxing. Please don't forget about the likes, comments with 4 words, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any. Friends, we just started our channel. Please help us get 1,000 subscribers by clicking the subscribe button. Thank you. Tyrell Biggs. In 1987, Mike was in his prime. He just destroyed Tony Tucker and set a world record, the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion in the history of the sport. An undefeated Olympic champion, Tyrell Biggs, who at the time was seen as the best amateur turned professional, wanted to take everything away from Tyson. He was the only American in sports history who won the Olympic gold in heavyweight class. Tyrell was a giant compared to Iron Mike, and many believed that Biggs' size would be a problem for Mike, except Tyson himself didn't think that way.
I think it's to my advantage because most fighters are used to fighting opponents 6'3", 6'2", the average heavyweight. And I feel that I use it to my advantage because I move my head, I'm very quick, and I'm low to the ground, and it's very difficult to hit me.
I mean, I owe it to myself to go out there and beat Michael Tyson like I am his dad. He's made for me. Tyson. I owe it to myself to go out there and beat this fella and be called the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Mike was extremely aggressive from the very first seconds of the fight. He masterfully used his height and easily reached his opponent's body.
Mike Tyson, he can't get into that.
As soon as Tyrell got used to the strikes to the midsection, Tyson exploded with this terrifying left to the head.
You don't want to take too many from Tyson.
Tyrell tried to clinch more and more with each round, while Iron Mike pushed the pace and in the 7th round put an exclamation mark with his ferocious left hand.
What broke him down? Was it just
constantly body punches? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there, making woman gestures like, I can't find it, but I knew that he was breaking down soon.
Trevor Burbik. November of 1986, a young heavyweight phenom ran through all of his previous opponents. As he was coached by the late Cus D'Amato, Mike was a true knockout machine. He had 27 fights with only 2 opponents making it to the decision. It was the time for a championship fight. At that time, the WBC champion was Trevor Burbik, bronze Pan American medalist and a former Jamaican Olympic team member who became the champion in March of this year. The Jamaican was coming into this fight with 9 wins on his record and was considered to be a tough but not an exceptional boxer. He was not seen as a threat to the rising star.
Is there any way in your mind that you can see you losing this fight?
No way. Perhaps if I chop off both of my arms. Well, this is just one step to the unification. I only could count, one step at a time. And the real goal is to accomplish by getting all 3 titles and unifying the division. I'm capable and confident of my capabilities, and I'm sure of becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history.
Tyson's word did match his deed. He relentlessly pressured Burbik and threw lightning-fast hooks that made the champion's head bounce around. With 30 seconds left in the round, Trevor missed another left hook, which was followed by a huge right, sending the Jamaican into a chicken dance.
He can't take shots like this very long. Wow, with the right hand is money. Again, he's won. Catches him with on foot. Trevor's ready to go again.
Merciless Mike felt the blood and dropped the champion right in the beginning of the second round. Burbik tried his best to recover, but Iron Mike did not let him do it. With 40 seconds to the bell, Mike throws a nuclear combination, finished with a devastating left hook, and ends the fight. Mike Tyson becomes the new heavyweight champion and the youngest one in the history of the division. At 20 years of age, Iron Mike tried on the King's belt.
I'm sure that your thoughts were with Gus after that fight that night.
Most definitely about that, because, you know, he helped develop my character, my skill, and everything, and to proceed a match something like this, he prepared me, knowing that one day I would fight for the title and be the youngest champion ever.
Larry Holmes. After a vivid and dominant win over Tyrell Biggs, Mike faced the worldwide known Larry Holmes. Larry began his career 12 years prior to Mike's first walk into the ring. During that long period, he earned the title and managed to defend it an incredible 20 times. His resume had wins over Trevor Burbik, Muhammad Ali, Marvis Fraser, and many other monsters of his era. At the time of his fight with Mike, a 38-year-old Holmes was on a decline, lost twice to Michael Spinks, but still was relevant and highly respected by the fans. While the champion was extremely focused on preparation,
it has to be done, and the only reason I do it so early is because I believe that the other guy isn't doing it, and that it gives me a little edge.
The contender talked a lot and wanted to draw attention.
Is there a deal for you to fight Mike Tyson?
Yes, it's a deal. There's a few things that we have to work out yet, but it's a deal, you know. And out of this fight, I hope it's such thing as fairness. Last time I didn't get it, and I complained about it. The world's seen it. Now I hope once they see it once more, it's fairness. I'm going to knock this guy out. I've seen all of this in Mike Tyson. I didn't see a gentleman in there. If they want to make him out of a beast that he's claimed to be, he's going to be in there with a beast. I'm an experienced professional fighter. I am no kid. I do not play. So if he wants to fight any way he wants to fight, I am capable of fighting any way anybody wants to fight.
Unfortunately for Larry, trash talk did not help him in this fight. Iron Mike showed the whole world that Larry's style is morally outdated. At first, a former king managed to land some shots and control Mike with a clinch a little bit, but as time passed, Tyson adapted. Already in the 4th round, Mike ran into his opponent and scored a first knockdown. As he couldn't recover in time, poor Larry fell again. Tyson did not want to stop.
And took another big right hand.
And with just a few seconds before the bell, he crushed a once unbeatable Holmes right against the ropes. Larry was never knocked out before, but Mike's natural power and fury showed him what it feels like.
I believe it was. For me, it was. I don't know how Ali felt about it, but I felt like I avenged still. Even though that was just a childhood prophecy to me, I don't know, it made me feel like I was somebody that did that. I helped Ali. Like Ali needs help. I helped Ali. So I could make myself big in my own mind, I guess.
Frank Bruno too. March of 1996, Mike Tyson kept building momentum after his return from prison. His signature counter-based peekaboo style was gone. Instead, it was replaced by a furious and pressuring one, which smashed everybody on its way. Some people criticized Mike for the changes, others supported him, but one couldn't argue that his fights became a lot more spectacular. The best British heavyweight of that period, Frank Bruno, was looking forward to a rematch with Tyson. He became the victim of young Mike 7 years ago and wanted to avenge himself. During that period, he only had 9 fights, but still managed to become the champion and prepared to defend the belt against an old enemy.
I feel very confident. I've got the power, the timing, the time is right to beat him. It's peak time.
That time I rocked him, I'm going to rock him to sleep. I hope Don King's got room in his lap.
I've never made that statement. I believe some promo made that statement. It was a good shot, but he caught me leaning. I was leaning forward and a little bit off balance. It was a good shot. I didn't go down or anything. I'm the only fighter. They were all the fighters he fought and he lost to. They basically he was ahead. I've dominated him for the total 5 rounds.
From the very beginning, Bruno tried to clinch and exhaust Mike, who wanted to tear his head off. Despite the desperate urge of the Brit to hug, Tyson landed a terrifying right hook a couple of times. A testament to his hellish power was a cut to Frank's left eyebrow. Bruno also tried to clinch in the second round, but it only enraged the referee. The third round happened to be the last one. Outraged Mike pushed his opponent against the ropes and dismantled him with a combination from both hands. Half-dead Frank went down and the referee stopped the fight.
This title is for my dear mentor, Customado, my children, Mikey, Gina, Raina. Praise be to Allah.
Michael Spinks. The biggest fight in Tyson's career took place in 1988. It takes 2 for a good fight, so the opponent had to be one of the most worthy. Olympic champion and a future boxing Hall of Famer, Michael Spinks. For the first time since the legendary rivalry between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, 2 undefeated heavyweight champions clashed in the ring. Michael Spinks was a linear belt holder in the light heavyweight division and didn't lose his title, while Iron Mike was the heavyweight champion according to 3 different organizations. The fight was magnificent in its build-up. Everybody talked about it, even those who are not familiar with the sport of boxing.
I'm happy to be here. Very, very happy to be here. Very happy to be a part of such an event. I'd like to salute to all the members of the dais. And I would certainly like to say that I'm sure this is one you all wouldn't want to miss. So, I'm feeling fine. I'm in good shape. I don't have any secret weapons. I mean, I'm going to bring my gloves and my trunks and my shoes, and I'm going to fight the fight.
I don't describe any of my fights being an equal to any of the ones in the history of boxing or any past performances. I'm just confident that every time I step in the ring, I'm going to be successful because I proved it 35 times. This will be my 35th time proving that I'll be successful also again.
There are a lot of expectations, but all of them were crushed by the cruel reality and Mike's unbelievable talent, which made this rivalry entirely one-sided. Already in the middle of the first round, this talent landed a heavy right on Spinks' body and made him kneel down. After his opponent got up, Iron Mike did not wait and unloaded with a vicious right uppercut, not leaving any chances for Michael to get up. Such a vivid and competitive fight on paper showed how genius Tyson is and that he has no equals. Spinks decided to hang up the gloves right after his loss. In this fight, Mike set a record in the whole boxing community. In just 91 seconds of the fight, he earned the biggest paycheck in history, $22 million.
When I came in the ring and I looked at him, I could see in his face and I saw the fear and I knew it was going to be a first round knockout. And if I would like to answer some questions if I can, because I don't have much to say. I knew in the first round, as soon as I hit the first punch I hit him on the head, I guess, and he wobbled a little, and I could see that I hurt him, but he tried to fight back. I knew it was either 2 things he could do. He could either be very scared and fight like he did, and just try to look for a cut or get lucky and look for a knockout, or either he could run around all night, and he took the best option to fight.
Nowadays, Mike Tyson's name has become a common one. His story inspired and will continue to inspire millions of boys around the world to start boxing and achieve greatness. The legacy that Iron Mike left behind him will be remembered for a very long time, while his records won't be beaten in decades. Boxers like him are born once in a century, but they are the ones who are destined to rewrite history and change the world through hard work.